Many people say that tomorrow is not promised, but what if, just what if, you can have a better tomorrow by getting a head start today? I'll be sharing a few of my favorite activities I like to prioritize in the mornings during the time when I set my intention for the day, from working out to listening to the birds chirp to a nourishing breakfast featuring these fiesta breakfast tacos. Lately, I've been waking up around 6:30 a.m. without an alarm. Noise pollution has increased significantly over the decades, especially in the metropolitan regions due to industrialization. So, it feels really good not having to set myself up to wake up to noise as I start my day, but rather make sense of my world one step at a time without any rush. At the start of my morning, I get set to doing my workout. It is the best time for me to move my body. I have suffered from lower back pain, gone to chiropractors, and didn't get the help that I needed. But when I decided to focus on moving my body in the right way without putting much weight on myself than is required, I'm beginning to move quite fluidly, and I love it. After my workout, I'm gonna focus on prayer and devotion.
Day 35. The longest lever. Do not despise these small beginnings. Zechariah 4:10. Prayer is our plumb line. It's also the true measure of a person. No one is greater than their prayer life. Our potential is directly proportional to our prayer life. Draw the circle. If we do the ordinary, God will add an extra to it.
At the beginning of the video, you heard me say I'm making some breakfast tacos, and for that I used fresh corn tortillas. And if you've not had fresh corn tortillas in a while or ever, here's a simple and super quick recipe to make a nice stack of them. Combine together some masa harina, salt, specifically fine Himalayan salt, spices if you fancy that for a unique flavor, and water. Combine together the mixture to form a dough. Then knead the dough on a floured surface by flouring it with some masa harina, since that's what's in the dough, and then divide the dough into 18 to 20 small pieces of dough. Flatten each one using a tortilla press, and if you do not have one, press the small pieces of dough between two pieces of parchment paper, or cut a large Ziploc bag in half and press the piece of dough in between the layers of the Ziploc bag. I actually prefer using the Ziploc bag method since the parchment paper tends to get damp with a repetitive use. After flattening the dough, cook it in a warm skillet for 40 to 50 seconds until the edges begin to dry out. Then flip it and cook on the other side for about 30 to 40 seconds. Repeat the process for the remaining pieces of dough so you're able to make some tostadas, tortilla chips, enchiladas, mini burritos or large burritos, or save them so you can make today's gut-friendly breakfast tacos I'll be sharing later on. This summer, I want to grow lots of my favorite produce like sweet peppers, herbs, which would be oregano, basil, and something new like tubers and bergamot. So, I'm repurposing a couple empty air crates to sow the seeds indoors to give the crops a head start before the warm temperatures settle in fully. In this crate, I'm sowing red and yellow sweet peppers and serrano peppers. In the next crate, I'll sow the seeds for okra, sorrel, which is fantastic to make sorrel juice. There's so many names for it, like agua de Jamaica, hibiscus flower, you name it. I'm also sowing some wild bergamot, habanero pepper, and oregano in the eggshells. Now, this method of sowing the seeds in the eggshells will be beneficial for easy transplanting. Also, the eggshell will add nutrients like calcium, magnesium, and potassium to the soil and naturally ward off pests from the growing plant. Now you tell me, what are your favorite methods for sowing new crops? Let me know in the comment section below. Of course, do not forget to label what you planted where so you know how to best care for your crops and what to expect when it's time to harvest them. And I'm making some salsa for the breakfast tacos because what's tacos without fresh salsa? And the salsa is also an excellent way to add delicious raw foods like tomatoes, cilantro, and onions to your diet, which serve as a natural prebiotic fiber to help improve all of our gut health. To make the salsa, combine together diced Roma tomatoes, freshly chopped cilantro, chopped serrano pepper, and chopped red onions. Then season this combination with fine Himalayan salt, fresh key lime juice, and mix well. Feel free to add in the seeds of serrano pepper for extra heat or sow them so you can have serrano pepper plants this summer. If you love the heat, you gotta bring it on. Adjust the taste of the salsa and keep it chilled in the fridge so the flavors get a chance to mingle before you make your tacos. Get the full recipe for this salsa as well as the con tortillas on my website at creativephoebe.com. You may find a link in the description box below for ease. Alright, it's about 10 a.m. After working out and drinking my green juice and doing some gardening, I'm getting pretty hungry. Now, these breakfast tacos are exactly what I need to get on with the day. For that, simply crack 4 eggs and save the shells for a cool project or gardening. You can also add the eggshells to your composting system to add extra nutrients to your composting system. Be sure to break up the eggs because the more surface layer they have, the quicker that they break down. Season the eggs with some chopped serrano pepper, diced red onions, fine Himalayan salt, black pepper, and a few cilantro leaves. Then whisk the ingredients using a fork and get 3 to 4 con tortillas before you start cooking because we're going to make omelette tortillas. Turn on the heat to medium level. Brush your cast iron skillet with about a teaspoon of olive oil. Then ladle in some of the egg mixture and quickly top with a corn tortilla. These corn tortillas are about 6 inches, so they're perfect for this project. Press down the corn tortillas flat so the tortillas stick to the egg mixture. Let this cook for about a few minutes, I want to say 2 to 3 minutes, until the edges of the omelette are set. Then flip to cook the side of the tortilla for about a minute until well cooked. Once you remove the cooked omelette tortilla, place it on a baking rack because you do not want it to sweat, and gently fold it in half using a spatula so it forms a boat, making your eating experience of these tacos a breeze and enjoyable. Now repeat this process for the remaining egg mixture and tortillas. Once you're all done, this is what the omelette tortilla will look like, which makes it easy to load up your omelette tortilla and enjoy your breakfast tacos or lunch tacos, whichever you prefer. Now all that's left to do is to load up your omelette tortilla boats with your favorite toppings. I've got here some shredded cabbage, salsa that I made earlier, slices of avocado, thin slices of serrano pepper for heat, and pickled red onions. Now let me tell you something. When you have this for breakfast, you'll be sure to have a balanced breakfast filled with healthy fiber from the veggies, good fats from the avocado and eggs, a satiating factor from the serrano pepper and pickled onions, which will not only make you a happy person, but ensure that your digestive system and your entire body is happy and in excellent working order. Now, who doesn't want that, especially at the start of their day? Now, this is truly a breakfast fiesta. This ain't no grab and go, so you gotta sit and enjoy this meal with some agua fresca or some champorado. And you know what? I cannot wait to hear how these breakfast tacos turned out for you, and tell me your biggest takeaway from this video. Now, if you're interested to see more culturally centered recipes, be sure to check out my channel. I've got some Gambian recipes, Japanese, Ghanaian, and a chalupa recipe waiting for you to tap into it. And Creative Cooks, it's your host, Phebe. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll chat again in my next episode. Later!